All right, so I started reading this book called Friday Night Lights by H.G. Bissinger. It's about Permian High School football in Odessa, Texas, and this book is about the 1988 season. Chapter 2 I'm going to talk about right now is called The Watermelon Feed, and from what I'm gathering, the Watermelon Feed, it was an event that the town, the high school, the football team, the boosters, the whole town, a lot of people in the town basically gathered in the gym before the season started, maybe a couple weeks before. And they introduced the football players. They watched the highlight tape, that type of thing there. They unveiled the program book for the year. They talked about how much money they would raise, like in the program. They raised like $20,000 for the program. Through the program, they said everybody just bought an advertisement in that program booklet. They talked about how crazy, like how the love for football in Odessa, the city, the place where this was taking place. They talked about how much people love football there. They talked about how other places had, like, they had a college, or they had an art museum, or they had something that brought other people to the town, or something that was like fantastic about the town. They said that Odessa really didn't have that. So Permian High School, the football team, was kind of like that for that town. It actually got so serious that Ross Perot made some comments about the team that really about the town that really incensed everybody. They also talk about, in addition to talking about the football team in this chapter, they talked about how there was a group called the Pepettes. These were girls who were like cheerleaders or something like that. They basically adopted players on the football team. Each Pepette adopted a player on the team, and they had to like bring a suite for that player before every game, and basically they wanted like a homemade suite. And they also had to make like a big sign to put. They had to adopt a player and put a sign, make a big sign for that player, and put it in the yard of the player. And that way, everybody in the town knew that one of the Permian High School football players played there. To end the chapter, it talks about a star player that had played at Permian previous to 1988. His name was Sean Crow, and they were talking about how much of a superstar he was for them, and how good of a player he was, and he played through pain, and this kind of thing like that. And they talked about how all the players at Permian playing through pain was like a normal thing. It was part of the process. To be a part of that program, you had to be tough. So they talked about a player named Booby, who Booby was going to be the one who was going to replace Sean Crow. Okay, and Booby seemed like, from some of the comments, seemed like he had a lot of respect for Sean Crow. So that's kind of like what chapter 2 is basically about in this book called Friday Night Lights by H.G. Bissinger. Let me know what you think. If you read this book before, put some comments. Maybe if you're from Odessa, or you went to Permian, you played at Permian. Let me know if I got it right. Add anything you want in the comments. Definitely want to hear what you have to say. Peace.